Grainmaker. Welcome, everyone, to the Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast, a Prairie Proud wrestling podcast covering everything from Winnipeg to worldwide. My name is Blair Pacheco. I wanted to do something a little bit different because earlier this week, or last week, I was fortunate enough to record a show with Jay Walker, and that was last week's show. But this weekend, it was very New Japan heavy, and I was not going to be able to get a chance to address any of it on the show. So I wanted to do this and present this to you as a little bit of a bonus special sort of feature. So to jump right into it, we had Friday night, we had the New Japan Strong show. We had night one of Castle Attack. And then last night, Saturday, we had Castle Attack night two. I watched all of Strong and some of the Castle Attack matches. I want to give you a quick little rundown about it, give you my thoughts, reactions from it, and just a little something different just to try out. So Friday night, it kicked off with a 8-man tag on New Japan Strong. It was Brody King, the fantastic Brody King, Super ACH, and the Regal Twins against TJP, Clark Connors. I get Clark Connors and Coughlin mixed up. It was Clark Connors, I think. Yeah. Kevin Knight and DKC. So honestly, before I even started watching, I had plans to just gloss over this match. I wasn't expecting a lot, but it was a great match. I mean, Brody King brought it. Him and Kevin Knight had some good back and forths. The Regal Twins were very entertaining in the ring, and you know what? If you're going to watch the show, make sure you give the whole show a watch. Don't skip over it. You'll be happy you did. Super ACH wrestled in the Brody King mask and a hoodie for the entire match, and I thought it came across very good. So Brody King's team ended up getting the win. Good match. Followed that up with one of my favorites, the Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson, against Ren Narita. Now, these two have been kind of going back and forth the past for a couple weeks now, and they had a tag match, I think, 2 weeks ago. It was Chris Dickinson and Danny Limelight against Ren Narita and TJP. That was a good match. Dickinson had a post-match promo building up the feud with Narita. They had a rematch tonight, singles match. This match was great. I mean, people are going to be hyping up Mox versus Kenta, but there's absolutely no reason that this match wasn't, just as entertaining. They went back and forth. Solid match. Go out of your way. Check it out. Narita gets the upset. I wasn't expecting it. And you know what? I hope this feud continues because you saw an aggressive side out of Narita. They were battling and it was really good. I mean, I'm a big Dirty Daddy supporter. Give me Chris Dickinson in the G1. Have him go head to head with Suzuki and Ishii and all the big names in New Japan. I want that. So solid matchup. Main event, Jon Moxley versus Kenta for the IWGP US Championship. This is a great match. It did hurt a little bit by not having a crowd, but I think it was still a really good match. 3/4 of the way in, Kenta hits a haluva kick in the corner, hits a running driving drop kick onto Moxley, and follows it up with a coup de grace double foot stomp for a near fall. Looked great. Moxley ends up winning and retaining the title with a Death Rider, but it was still top notch. I mean, this match was supposed to happen last year, but pandemic hits. I think that if anything, that the pandemic helped out this match just with the hype and like Kenta comes across as a huge star with the build up to all of this, where he might not have if it doesn't go this way. It just ends up being another match, but it definitely worked out in both of their favor, and both guys come across looking great. So I thought night one of Castle Attack was going to be Saturday night, night two is Sunday night. Doesn't work that way. Night one was Friday night. I didn't catch all the show, but I did catch two incredible matches. The first one was Jay White versus Ishii. Ishii, since the G1, he's been my boy. How can you not like the guy? The Stone Pitbull, he delivers. G1, I think he had consistent 4.5 star matches. I think there might have even been a 5-star match in there. I don't have the ratings in front of me, but he was delivering. So he sold for most of the match. Jay White looked like $1 million out there. He's almost in like his renaissance now, where he's come a long way in the past, say, 6 months. So he's looking great. Jay White ends up getting the win. Great match. Go out of your way. He was the aggressor the entire match. Ishii sold a lot, but it looked great. Then after that, we had Okada, Kazuchika Okada, the podcast is named after him, the Grainmaker, the Rainmaker, against Evil. Now, I'm not a huge Evil fan. I get the appeal to him, but this match, it really sold me on how good of a worker Evil really is. Him and Okada had a great match. One of the things about New Japan is it reminds me of late 90s, early 2000s WWE, where there's, 6, 7 guys at the top of the card who any one of them could be champion. Like back then, it was Austin, Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Kane, Mankind. Now you've got Okada, Ibushi, Jay White, Evil, Naito, uh, Tanahashi. Like the list goes on. And then even the upper mid card for New Japan, you've still got Shingo knocking on the door. You got Will Ospreay. You got Jeff Cobb even below that. Like they've got a very top heavy roster with so many talented performers. So Okada Evil, they had a great match back and forth. Nothing, it wasn't like a G1 classic or anything, but it was still a really good match. And he's the best missile dropkick in the business. Like just it's a beautiful watching him land that move. Ends up winning, hits a Rainmaker. I like Okada. He's one of my favorites. Had a good win night one. Night two, it was headlined by Ibushi and Naito, but the match I want to touch on first was the three-way for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. We had Bushi versus El Desperado versus everybody's favorite Canadian Junior Heavyweight, El Phantasmo. This was a really good match. El Phantasmo put the belt on him and just let him run with it. I'm here for El Phantasmo. He's fantastic. He's great in the ring. He's great on the mic. He's a total package. This was a great match, good match back and forth. Everyone got their chance to shine. LP did his rope walk shtick, hits a Styles Clash, hits a V trigger in the ring, rips off Desperado's mask, getting the heat. He had to put it on. It's half hanging off his face. Desperado gets another mask. Ending, Desperado ends up winning. I have no complaints with that. Let's see what he can do with the title. Put him and LP in a run. The match delivered. Good three-way match. The ending of that ties into the ending of the main event between Ibushi and Naito. This was a really good match. I mean, you know what you're going to get with both of these guys. They deliver in the ring. Ibushi is fantastic. He's just a jacked up, god in there. He looks incredible. Naito, working over the knee of Ibushi. Match goes on. Ibushi, he's known for his deadlift German suplex on the ropes. He hit one on Naito where he stalled as he lifts him up, and the feat of strength with that move, it looked incredible. That's one of my favorite moves in wrestling. Ibushi ends up winning with the Kamigoye, gets the 1-2-3, a really good match. I mean, it's not, a 5-star classic, but it's still delivered, you're still looking at a fantastic match in the ring. Post-match, El Desperado comes out, challenges Ibushi. So that's going to be the next title match, next program that they're going to have. Last year, we were supposed to get Hiromu and Naito. Never did because of pandemic. Now we're getting Despi and Ibushi. Should be good. Thank you very much for checking this out. I wanted to touch on New Japan because we got a busy week with, Dynamite. It's got a big show. Revolution. We still have the semifinals and the finals of the women's title eliminator coming up for Dynamite. I hope to touch on all that stuff next week, but I still wanted to give New Japan the attention it deserves because they put on, 3 great shows, and still I wanted to, just put out a little bit more stuff for you guys. I like doing it, and I mean, why not? So thank you very much for checking me out. Grainmaker Podcast or Grainmaker Pod on Twitter, Grainmaker Podcast at gmail.com. We're on Apple Podcast. I'm on Apple Podcasts, bringing out as much stuff as I can to you guys. Please check it out, rate, review, retweet. Let me know what you guys want to see. I'm here to do it. I like doing this stuff. So thank you very much. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk soon.